Hello, today we are looking at how to solve a two-step equation. I know that's been giving some of you some problems, so let's take a look. Solving a two-step equation. Now, a two-step equation is always going to have two steps. For example, we might have a problem like this. We might have 2x minus 1 equals 15. And it's going to say solve. So, if we want to solve this, what we need to do is first, we are going to try to get the variable, the term with the variable all by itself. I'm trying to get this 2x all by itself on one side of the equation. Well, what else is on the other side of this equal sign with it? This minus 1. So we have to think, okay, how are we going to get rid of a minus 1? Well, we're going to do the opposite operation. We're going to do a plus 1, or adding 1 to both sides of the equation. If we do one thing to one side of the equation, we have to do it to the other. So add 1 to both sides. So a negative 1 and a positive 1, those two are going to cancel each other out. They're just going to become 0. And for this first problem, I'll write that, and I'll show you guys. Negative 1 plus 1 is just a 0. And then 15 plus 1 is 16. So now I don't need to write a plus 0, so I'm going to rewrite this side of the equation without a plus 0. So it's just 2x. Anything plus 0 is just itself. So now we have 2x is equal to 16. So now we want to try to get just the x all by itself. Now that we've gotten the term with the variable by itself, now I want to get just the variable by itself. And this is telling me that we have 2 times x. So we're multiplying x by 2, so we need to do the opposite operation. We got to get rid of this 2. So to get rid of this 2, we're going to divide both sides of the equation by 2. Because if we divide, 2 divided by 2 is just going to be 1, so we're going to be left with just 1x. And you don't need to write the 1 in front of our x. You could just write it as just x, and I'll show you that here down below. It could just be x. 16 divided by 2 is 8, and so we get x is equal to 8. Let's take a look at another one here. Let's say I have x over 4 minus 1 is equal to negative 5. It's making up numbers as we go. Alright, same thing here. I want to try to get the term with the variable all by itself first. So I have this minus 1, so we need to do the opposite of that. I need to add 1 to both sides. So minus 1 plus 1, they're going to cancel and become just plus 0. So all I have left on the left side is x divided by 4. Negative 5 plus 1 is going to be negative 4. So different signs. 5 is bigger, so we're going to use the sign of 5, which is a minus sign, or a negative. And 5 minus 1 is 4, so we get negative 4. So now I want to just try to get the variable by itself. And we're dividing the variable by 4, so we need to do the opposite operation. So I need to multiply both sides by 4. So, again, a 4 divided by 4 is just going to be 1, so these actually cancel each other out, and we're just left with 1x. On this side, a positive times a negative is going to be negative, so this is negative 16. Again, the problems will say to solve. I left that off there at the top there. But that's it. That's the basic idea behind solving a two-step equation.